Hello, people, and welcome again to another exciting episode of your favorite program, online streaming channel CTV. It is Word. Let's Talk Naija, right? Excited to be back in the studios, and I remain your host, co-host. I'll say my humble self, Oluwata C. Kayode, aka DV Lords, and I am with the beautiful, gorgeous, breathtaking Omolaba Keraji.
Thank you, but wait, just what do you want? That,
what do I want?
The compliments. I'm worried. I'm concerned.
Just that I'm a perfect gentleman.
How sweet.
Alright, guys, welcome once again to today's edition of Let's Talk Naija. It's been a while, right?
Yes, it has actually, and we apologize for the radio silence, but we're back and we're better. Bigger. You know how we do it now. We always bring the juice, the sauce, the energy, all of the vibe, right, to you guys, just to enjoy and have fun and all of that good stuff, right? So,
yeah.
Just what's up with you? How have you been?
I'm great. I'm been fantastic, although I have a lot of things, working
together. Yeah, chasing
money
and all of that stuff.
I have to take care of you and.
I'm sorry, you say?
I need to really take care of you.
Okay, that's it. Moving on. I don't know who's taking care of who, but hey.
No, I'm not saying I'm taking care of you. Don't get it wrong. I said I need to take care of you.
Oh, okay. We'll wait
so
to
that's
see.
why I need
when should I be expecting?
When you accept my proposal, of course. So I'm going to start something online. Labake must say yes. Hashtag. So I already employed what do you call
a social media manager.
A social media manager in person of. I need to mention the name. It's worth it. Nizak. Alright, remember to be a part of the program, to be a part of the show. All you need is follow us on all our social media handle on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. What's the handle?
Everywhere we're there. It is CTV Live, alright, and on TikTok it is CTV Live 1.
Right.
You can also talk to us via WhatsApp. Don't call the number, just leave your reactions via the WhatsApp line, alright? 0901-560-1908. And let's keep this conversation going and all of that stuff, alright?
So another honorable mention is that you guys remember that this program is courtesy
at Damasley Foundation. To make sure, there are people they keep supporting and coming through for us, and we really appreciate them. So thank you guys. So Tracy did not ask me, but I'll ask myself. All right, I have a lot going on, so as you guys can tell. You guys anticipate I've got a new single coming out. No, not new. It's my debut single. I've not released one before. Yeah, I'm chasing the bag. See, this 2022, I'm going hard when it comes to money. Like I'm legitimate also. You get it? I'm going. So all I need. Oh no, I said legitimate also. No. So all I need, right, if you're a producer, like a really good one, just hit me up, right? Just slide in my DMs. Just let me know. I already have the title of the song in my head and the melody a bit, but I'm sure if I get a dope beat, I can get my juice flowing. But I don't now know the genre of music I want to do yet. I'm thinking more Fuji line. So if I know my song is my single is going to be Tesla. So Tesla, like you get it. So I'm going to be praising Elon Musk. I want the vibe of the Quam kind of vibe. Still bring the super, then bring in the video. Like, excuse you, it's my also. See, that's the thing. When people laugh at your dreams, it shows that you're doing something right. So if you're a producer, just email up, let me know. Just in case if you guys are not here, the reason why I want to go back, I'm not going back. I'm going into a music recording studio. Is the fact that, did you hear about Olakira's deal with Maserati?
I did.
I'm chasing the money, so I'm singing for Tesla. Or should I do Rolls Royce?
Whatever pleases you, baby.
I don't like the energy you're giving off.
You don't like Lambo?
Tesla is what I want.
You're not gonna hang in Terminal Bridge.
It's Tesla I want. I just just hit me up anyway. Just ignore Tosi. Hit me up. Let me know if you're feeling my vibe. You feel like you can actually make a star out of me.
Should I help you? Since you want to start your musical career and stuff like that, a very good way to start on a good note. Valentine is coming. Just quickly do a very good art.
How do I go? See, Tesla is a huge part of this project.
You sing for your boo that
I'm gonna give you Tesla, that kind of vibe.
Jesus Christ! Officially, Labake is not gonna make it in the music industry.
But wait! That's how you have auto tune. Just in case if my singing voice isn't good enough, which it is actually if I do say so myself.
Just stick to presenting and baking of cakes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm trying not to be sad.
Thank you.
Tosin is laughing at my dreams.
Morinko, man. Well, Morinko, but you can't make it.
I'm gonna give you a test. I'm even having the melody already in my head. But moving on, talking about Valentine's Day and stuff, right? Wow, Valentine is coming. Where's your boyfriend? Tesla is coming. I can put that too. But moving on. Don't worry, I won't talk about Tesla again. But anyway, Valentine is coming. What are your plans? Do you have a Valentine yet, Tosin?
No, not yet. No way.
Your singleness. No. Single to stupor.
No, I'm not single. I'm not single. But I've not just had. I just want to make it. Not because, I told you one of the things I want to be deliberate about this year is getting things right. Fact, I'm not assuming. So I'm going to ask my girlfriend, will you be my Valentine? Do you understand? So,
but
I was going in this life now. Somebody already approached my girlfriend and, will you be my, the person have Tesla, me, it's still correct. That we are still jumping.
Look at this Benz kind of stuff.
So let me ask her. So if she say, okay, so loving on Valentine. But that Valentine is as if it's on Monday, have you?
Yeah, it's on Monday.
I'll be in the office.
You've got no excuse. I've got you. I've got really affordable packages and luxurious packages.
You have me. Are you asking me to be
Shift Joe. Can you patronize me, my cake business? I mean, wow.
See, it's low budget Valentine I want to do.
I've got you, like luxury, an affordable luxury. I know it's an oxymoron,
yeah,
but still, I'm plugging my. See, when you guys see me hawking cake, I mean it. I'm chasing the bag. I know what I'm talking about.
Apart from your advertisement, what's your plan for
Val's Day? It's to work actually. It's all about chasing the bag, like I said.
Already. Time to chill out.
Well, actually, I don't. It might sound weird, right? I don't actually take Valentine's as serious as that. But from a business perspective, I mean, I run a cake business, so for cake businesses, it's actually a big deal because you've got people wanting to show love to their partners and their significant others, or people actually wanting to treat themselves, self-love and stuff like that. So that actually is something. It's actually a really big period, and I've already been working. I've already even released my Valentine's menu and all of that stuff. So I'm working about it. If you say in the building, I'm plugging my business.
I think, Mr. Producer, we need to start charging on our market for all of these ads.
Just hit me up. Let me know your rates. Right. Let me know your rates. So, come on now.
Now that Valentine's is around the corner, I think this should usher us into the serious content as in the matter of discussion for today. Because I'm listening to the way people are planning to embezzle money on the day, spend lavishly. Maybe not lavishly, but
we go, we work hard, we play harder. Yeah, that's the energy.
Well, it's their money, it's not my money.
You get it? Exactly.
But today.
But talking about that, really, and it's interesting you mentioned that. It's talking about money. Money is a huge part. I think I've already mentioned money many times on the show already. Like, it's important to chase the bag. But now understanding what money is and all of that stuff. And I find that as a people, we seem to have an interesting reaction or response, actually, I should say, to money. Yes, we tend to shy. I'm serious. We tend to shy away from money. A lot of things, which I do absolutely believe that our sustenance comes from God. So a lot of times you hear people, I've got school fees to pay at a certain time, or I've got rent to pay at a certain time, and you get responses like, God go do am. In all fairness, of which God will do it, right? But no plans in place, just vibes and that kind of energy.
Just
so that's
pure faith.
You get it's brilliant to have faith. You've got to believe it. Yeah, but
just for your own good, for the sake of others. Not just because you won't be able to sleep. I can imagine you just overthinking where the money will come out from.
No plans, just vibes and like.
You'll get educated on the show today.
So that brings us into it. Alrighty, you guys can guess. We're talking about money today. Yes,
money.
The bag. That's the energy I'm all about right now. Legitimate money. Let me clarify. Please. Let's be careful. So with that said, we've got a special guest. This is our first time on Let's Talk Naija actually bringing a guest to you. But we promised you that 2022 was coming with a bang, You get it. We were coming in. We have, and we are still coming in big. Like, we're going to shock you people with so much amazingness. Without further ado, look at me. I'm the one I want to introduce somebody, and I'm adjusting my shoulder pad.
Yeah, because she's that big.
You get it? We say special. We know what to talk about. We've got with us on the show. All right, she's a graduate of Fountain University. Okay, she is. You guys, I mean, if you are a graduate from that school, then you should know her. You get it. You should know her. She's repping you guys. So, like I said, so let me open. You know, so I can read up all the accolades. I can't, you know. Oh my God. She's the immediate past president of the Junior Chamber International Fountain University chapter. She's also a member of Yali Network and has a certificate of the fundamentals of business expansion. It's a long and lengthy one. Let me just stop there. All right, she is an indigene of Kogi State. With that said, I've got, my bad. We've got together on the show now. We've got Yusuf Umulukar on the show. Hi, Umu.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you join us on the show.
Thank you. It's also a pleasure to be here.
All right, great. So before we get into business proper, I just want to ask a very huge favor. Since I saw in your your roll call like you were once a president, I'll be calling you throughout the show, Presido. Please permit me to do so.
I like it. I'm all for it.
There's no problem.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, then. So
I'm used to it.
All right.
okay, so should I stick with Presido as well? Should I do that?
Copy.
Anyone you wish.
All right, so Presido. All right, so should I go with Umu for short, or Umu Lukari would do?
Anyone for short, people call me Umi.
All right,
Okay.
Umi. All right, so let's do that. So Presido Umi, yeah, I like the vibe. So like we've already mentioned, we're talking about personal finance. For me now, Umi, I want us to break this down. For a lot of people, like I said, as we were talking about before we introduced the topic, the attitude to money, people shy away from this topic. So let's break it down. What exactly is personal finance?
Okay, thank you. Personal finance is actually how an individual plans to budget, save and spend money over time, like taking into consideration the various risks and future life events. In other words, you can say personal finance is managing your money as well as saving and investing it for future purposes.
Simple, short and sweet, right? So the keywords for me: save, invest, right? I mean that's and planning basically and all of that stuff. So let's I don't want us to sound elitist, so I want us to be as let's break it down across different strata, across different income level, be it a student, you're self-employed, or you've got a full-time employment. Is it everybody's business? Should everybody be concerned about personal finance? Or if I'm a student, it's none of my business. Or if I'm a trader, no, it's not talking to me. I have to be a particular line or field of employment. Or does it cut across every strata?
No, it doesn't. You don't have to be in a specific line of field for you to be concerned about personal finance. Though it is defined by how much one earns, because you have to plan according to whatever is your income. Right. As a student, whatever they are giving you for monthly allowances, you try as much as able to plan. Okay, what do you want? You have in university we have nights, like we have social night. So okay, you want to buy something, you don't always want to ask mom for something, or you want to ask dad for something. You plan ahead of that thing. So when they're giving you monthly allowances, you look at it. Okay, you plan it out. These are your expenses. This is what is going out a day. This is what will be going out in a week, and you cut across what you would be spending less. How much you'll be spending less if you have to save up for the social events, and that's across to every other field as well, even as a trader.
All right, great. Thank you so much for breaking that down, because that was one of the questions that I really wanted to ask you. Now, because of the word savings, that's one thing I also heard from what you said, right?
Yes.
All right, so me, I'm not so great with savings, right? I don't like to save. No, do I like to save? I don't really like to save, or I don't know how to save, right? So, which is the best platform for savings? Like, if I want to indulge myself in saving, like saving my money, is it saving money in the bank, or putting my money in investment as a means of saving, or using the normal traditional way, which is you know what they call colo. There's this English
Piggy bank, yeah.
piggy bank. Which
Yes,
would
piggy
you
bank.
advise? Yes, which would you advise me to go for?
Okay, first thing first, you need to consider the risks and return from your income. You need to consider if taking out of this money is going to affect you way big time, or if it's going to, like, if you're going to be stable with the outcome of it. So
Okay.
after deciding on the risks and return from your income, you can decide which method best suits you. So since I will advise, since you're not, it all depends on how much income you earn though. So when you look at the income, like for the traders now, I would say the best method for them to save, I would tell them the banking,
Okay.
to save in the bank is way best, so that they avoid the risks of getting robbed in the market. So for those working in a company, I would also suggest those working in a company, they use what we call budgeting app to
Okay.
save for their investments. Then as a student, we all know the income is very, very less. So I would advise Colo. That is the old school way, Colo.
So that way you're not spending too much. But before we get into that,
Exactly.
I've got a couple more follow-up questions to that, but I want to take you back a bit, right? You mentioned something, you mentioned budgeting app. So for a newbie to personal finance, I'm not a newbie because I count my money. I do. Like I really and truly do. I'm very, very particular about my money like that. I'm very particular about budgeting and all of that stuff. But if we're going to explain what budgeting is to a newbie, in this case, someone who is not familiar with this term, what exactly is budgeting? How does one go about it?
Budgeting is simply a plan on how to spend your money. It's just basically planning. Then it is budgeting are very, very helpful in the sense that it helps you to track all your expenses. It helps you to cross across how you should spend and how not you should spend if you are actually planning on saving for future purposes.
Okay then, so I have another follow-up question.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm with you. We're with you. So I have a follow-up question to that, right? So let's say my earning, right? I earn say 50,000 naira in a month, and then after writing out, so the budgeting, of course, I write out my needs, things I plan on using the money for. So say I pay my rent on a yearly basis. I write out the fraction it is I'll be needing per month to make it easy for me to pay my rent, so I don't get overwhelmed when it's time to actually pay it. So I write out rent, write out for transport, it's going to cost me this amount. Then I realize that after I write out all the things I actually need, I need a wardrobe upgrade, for skincare as a fine babe that I am, to put that in, for makeup, all of that stuff. So remember, my income is 50,000 naira. And then everything I wrote out for my budget is about 70,000 naira. Which way? How do I work that out?
You slim narrate now.
I don't know how to narrate. Everything is important to me.
President, please go.
So how do I work with that?
First, you have to know how to. First and first, you would need to learn how to manage your finances. That is the most important thing. Track your spending to improve your finances.
Okay.
Create a realistic monthly budget. Then get the necessary bills to be paid on time and on the exact time. Then you cut back to the recurring charges and you start an investment strategy. An investment strategy whereby I overheard you said you're into cake business, right?
Yes, I am.
I have business
So
too.
you can. Okay, you have side businesses.
All right.
Side businesses
Yes.
that are bringing in more extra income to you.
True.
You can also create more side businesses, basically not you being in charge of them. Like you can actually put somebody in charge of them. So that brings in more income. So when you have more income, you can work on your finances. You can improve your finances. You can create more money for the finances you'll be needing for future purposes. So there is no need to fret or anything. Just track your spending to improve your finances and create a realistic monthly budget. When I mean create a realistic monthly budget, don't create a budget where you would not follow a budget, you won't follow the plan. Don't create it. People are always procrastinating. Oh, I'm going to, okay, the plan was to save 1,000 naira a day, and you're like, well, there's no 1,000 naira today. Don't worry. By the end of Friday, I'll add that 1,000 naira back. By doing this, it's going to get to a point whereby you'll be nonchalant to add that 1,000 naira that you wanted to add before, and this keep adding up till it becomes a huge amount of money. Then you start wondering why I created a budget plan, it showed and all that. So the first thing is know how to manage your finances.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
I think the key word for me is realistic. Let's be as realistic as possible.
You can't be earning 50,000 and your monthly budget is way above your earnings.
Yeah.
That's not realistic.
So but I have a follow-up question to the saving part of it. I'm sorry, it's money issue. Okay. It's money. Just right. Side eyeing me, and I don't know why.
Because I also have questions to ask President. But however,
we all need money.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, President, you're about to add President. Don't take it back.
Yeah, I was going to say I also have questions for President, right? But since Labake is always having reoccurring stuffs coming up, popping, Madam Popper. So I just feel let her ask a question. Maybe after this, I'll take my own question. All right.
I won't be angry. So moving on. So like now, writing my budget. So in my budget now, right? Should the amount I plan to save, should that also be included in my budget?
Yes.
Okay.
You should write it somewhere that this is the amount I plan on saving. It's just like your to-do list.
Okay.
You write everything you want to do for that particular year. Then when you're done a particular one, you just tick it. So your budget plan should be something like that.
Okay.
All right, great.
So it always reminds you that this is actually the target for the year.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done now.
She's good.
Thank you.
All right, so President, while you were talking about budgeting, something just occurred to me. From what you said about budgeting, it sounded to me like listing out the things you want to do or your needs, what you want to spend money on for a period of time, right?
Yes.
All right. So my question now is: is it possible for me now to list out a couple of things or a lot of things I've spent money on in a particular month? Looking at them, will I also call that budgeting? Like I'm using that to appraise myself, or now I spent money either recklessly or very wise. But I don't know. Can I call that a budget system too? Or is just budgeting for one thing to, just see what you're going to spend money on?
I would not call that. Okay, I would not call that budgeting. I would rather call that checking yourself, like cross-checking yourself, the amount you spent. At least, yes, cross-checking yourself, the amount you've spent, and how you're going to cut slacks from some expensive or not spending way more than that.
Right.
And I'll partially call it budgeting, because when you list out things like that, even your expenses and all, and you check it, and you see you're spending recklessly, you want to cut on the reckless spending and spend less. So, and budgeting helps with that. So, that is why I said I'll partially call it budgeting, but it is not budgeting. It is called cross-checking yourself.
Yeah, more like a checklist, or you tracking your spending in this case. All right, I absolutely agree with that. So I've got a couple of questions listed here. Yes, I've got a couple. Thank you. But I'll just take a bit. I don't think we're going to be able to go through all of it. So which would you advise now, Umi? Is it writing out? So pen and paper is the traditional way, right? But these days we go everywhere with our smartphones. So which would you advise now? Which is smarter, or which is more accessible? The pen and paper method, writing out my budget in my book, my jotter, my journal, whatever, or using budgeting apps? Which is it? Which should I adopt?
Okay, you should adopt the budgeting app. It's very, very helpful, because they help you streamline the process by tracking your spending group it into categories and highlighting places where you may be able to cut back on the expenses you've made so far.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
we
Yes,
hear
please. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think that,
So
that
budgeting app are very, very, very helpful in that aspect.
okay, but sorry to cut in. This budgeting apps you're talking about, is there any security risks whatsoever with them? Are they really that safe? Would they not be asking for access into your account details and stuff? Because I'm very, very particular about stuff like this. I don't trust all these online things. I'm very, very skeptical about them.
Come on, we are in Nigeria, not only Nigeria, like any other app. It is not always, the security risks are not always 100% risk free.
Right?
So the same thing with budget tracker, they are also not 100% risk free. But as long as you're practicing smart digital habits on your mobile phone, such as you turn off all the notification that will be coming in from that particular app, which is the budgeting app, you turn off all the notification, because there are some apps whereby when you click on them, you see something like this.
Hello?
So things like that, you turn off all the notification. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
please
we
go
can.
ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay. So I said, as long as you're practicing the smart digital habits on your mobile phone, such as turning off all the notification for that budgeting app, because we have apps that whereby when you open them to operate, they tell you something like this site wants to send you a notification, this site wants to send you a message, this site wants you to clear your cookies. When you turn off all notification from that, it is very, very hard for them to penetrate your budgeting app. So after doing all that, you're safe.
All right. I think that will work for me then. Labaka will help me with any other thing.
As your what? As your what? I charge per hour for every assistant duties or PA work. Yes, that is the part of the side business we were talking about. Having a side also.
Help me speak to our
It's
behalf.
hard to.
Yeah, so yeah,
That
that's
is how you can also save with. That is how you can also save with your income too. When they give you this unexpected cash gift or from your side hustle, you
Right.
can use the money to save. You add.
oof, network seems to be messing up there. All right, so while we're trying to reconnect with Umi, get back to the convo really. So far, so good, really. There's so much to learn when it comes to personal finance, Justin.
Yes, most definitely.
And speaking of which, and does that not bring to fore the fact that even with our educational system, it's a lot should be a lot more from books, from classes, for us to actually learn more about personal finance. Like money should not be something we run away from discussing or talking about.
Yeah, very true. Like you said from the very beginning, that this is a topic a lot of people tend to shy away from. They don't speak about it. I really don't know why, but I think, like you rightly said, I think schools need to put, even if it's a time of lecture, you know what, all these group lecture where you invite people from outside to come and educate young folks. I think it would be very, very good if young children, while we are growing up, you're already cultivating the habit of saving up, proper money management. You already have that skill while you're growing. Because once you get to a particular age, all you want to do is spend money, because the internet is not going to help.
It actually does help, though.
Hold on. This is my thought. Because if you don't have that training while growing up, you see some stuff online, you see people flaunting money, buying this, doing that, get this clothes, your friend got a clothes, and you don't have that training. You also, that's where self-constraint and discipline comes in. So you want to buy what your friends buying, but you cannot afford it, or you shouldn't buy that because
there are more pressing things you should be spending your money on.
So that's why I said, if you already have that training, you'll be able to caution yourself and say, I already have a plan. I already have a plan listed out, and I'm going to follow. Of course, discipline also is a very, very key instrument in all of these things.
Okay, so talking about discipline and all and knowledge and seeking knowledge, Umi, would you say that? So this is it's almost a rhetorical question, I think. Would you say that we, as adults, right, understanding, learning about money, how to manage money, should be a life skill as a human being, as a functional adult, right? It's something that we should all be learning, from reading about books that teaches personal finance to if it's a lecture, if it's a class, webinars, seminars, that we should all make conscious efforts to do this.
Exactly. I advise people to go for seminars, to go for programs, to go for their conferences whereby they talk about how to manage your finance, how to spend money, how to invest money, and how to save money. So when you go on seminars like this and you're being taught, you're being given more insight about how to spend your money, because not everybody knows how to spend money, not everybody knows how to save money, and not everybody knows how to invest money. So when we have knowledge on how to do what to do, at least we'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Great.
So, Presido, one thing I want to ask on behalf of myself and one of my parents. We had this argument one time together with some of our colleagues, right? So I just want to put that through to you. I want to save money, right? I really do want to save money. But my income and my expenses will not allow for that. For example, I earn 30,000 naira at the end of the month. I'm a married man with 2 kids. I have bills to pay. Only my bills at home is way more than 30K. Is there any possibility, is there any chance whatsoever that kind of person, that kind of a man can save? Or is Awojo alone?
To be very, very honest, to be very, very honest with you, there is no way that kind of man can save due to our economy now. So first and first, I said it earlier, I said create an investment hat.
Okay.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, please.
Create an investment strategy. When you have other things coming in for you, and you know, taking out of this money to save is not really going to affect you, because my brother, health is wealth too. If there is no health, forget about it. You're a dying man. So first and first, just create an income strategy that will be bringing in more income for you. Then once you're stable, I repeat, once you're stable, people that feeds from hand to mouth, it is not easy. So for them to save, I would say just create a budget that is best for you. Then you separate your cash for expenses every week. Save unexpected cash gifts. I said this earlier on.
Yes, you did.
Save unexpected cash gifts. And again, shop on paper before spending money spending money in real life. You write what it's just like shopping list. You write out what you want to spend for today. Then when you see this thing is not going to work out for you, you cut it. Then again, live life, enjoy life. Like I said,
thank you very. That's what I want to hear.
If you don't
why
live
not from
life,
your face?
that money you want to use to save before you use it in the hospital. So enjoy life. Make sure you're very, very healthy. Make sure you're stable before you be able to save. Then you can set financial goals for yourself. Sell items you no longer use. You know, there are some irrelevant items in the houses that we no longer use in the houses. So sell them at scrap value. Then get a side gig. Like I said, investment strategy. Look for what is going to be bringing in more income for you. Then go for it.
Oh, thank you so very much. I mean, that's your explanation just opened my mind, my eyes to several opportunities I've not been looking at and even thought about. I think that's really great.
Okay, but I have a follow-up question to that, right? The chop life kind of, I mean, it's important to chop life. It's important to to flex and enjoy. But where do you draw the line though? So for some people, right? So how much of my earnings should I actually be? And what is the first thing I take out when I receive that credit alert for the salary, for my business, for that sale I just made? What is the first thing I should actually take out of that money from that income I just received? What is that thing that it's better I take out first? Or reason being, I feel like for a lot of people, when you take away the expenses, if you're not careful, you're going to spend, even though you have a budget, because of things keep on popping up, you have to spend, you've got to buy this, buy that, and all of that stuff. If you're not careful, the bills will actually overwhelm that saving plan, so to speak. So when I receive my salary, when I receive that income, what is the first thing I should be taking out of my money?
The first thing you should be taking out of the money is money for bills, like expenses. Yeah, so to settle out all the expenses you have for that month. Like I said, pay all your bills on time, at exact time. Then we have this budgeting method whereby we have the 50%, 30%, and 20%. What does it actually mean? It means when you receive your income, you divide it. So 50%, okay, 50% is going, 50% of your income is going for your needs. You leave 30% for your income for lifestyle spending. That is if you want to go for a movie, a good time and meet friends and family. You leave 30% of your income for that. Then you commit 20% of your income to savings and debt repayment. So I think the first thing you should do is you remove the debt repayment, all your bills and everything you need to pay for that month, that particular month. You first take everything out. Then after taking it out, then you can draw out your 30% for your lifestyle spending. Then when you draw that out, you can leave in 20% for your income for savings and every other stuff you need. But first of all, your expenses, that is for the bills and everything, your debt repayment, that should be the first thing you should leave out first.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Thank you. I think that has broken things down. It's as clear as possible, and I really appreciate that. I mean, so now going forward, henceforth, guys, everybody, the Let's Talk Naija, are we gang or crew, whatever it is we are, right?
Family,
right? That is, we're more knowledgeable now when it comes to our money, as we are flexing, as people are budgeting to come and planning to patronize me for your vow. You get it? Yes, people will do all of that stuff. All right, then. So I think I've got one more question, though.
I also have one more question.
Let me see.
While she's thinking of a question, so it might sound funny, right? But this is my question. I've come to find out that our ATM card, right, that we always have, it's like let me personalize it. This is me now. My ATM card, I don't spend this money. When the money is in my account, I will just go and pull it out. Do you understand? So I want to ask now, as an expert, what would you advise? Is it that I'm not just being disciplined, or is because I feel because I have easy access to pull out the money? Is there a way is there something I can do to work this better and manage the situation?
Like I said earlier on, the first thing is you create a budget. That should be the first thing you should do. Create a budget, then know how to manage your finances. When you know how to manage your finances and you create a budget, guy, trust me, even when that money is hungering you to pull out, you'll be like, another man will be telling you, oh, that no go there. So, first thing first, yes, true, it works for me. Like, I'm always having second thoughts. If you take out of this money, girl, believe it, you are done. You're not able to meet up for this and that.
Right.
When you have that kind of mindset, it will help you.
Okay, well, I said the same to him, actually. The ATM does not have a spirit. It's you, the owner, that is the spirit that is punching it. Yes, that's what I said. But so, so now, right, to round off, right, my question is the fact that how often should you have a money day? A money day in the sense that, so on a daily basis, I have a mentor, so I don't write this down. So in a week, what I try to do, and I think it's helped me, so let me share, is that in a week, I know how much cash I'm going to be needing. So I pull that out on a weekly basis. So for that week, I know that if I exhaust this money, that's the end of that's it for the week. So I have a mental calculator. So for every time I get back home, I don't write it down. I don't write this down every day, but I have a mental calculator of how much I've spent that day. Okay, am I still within range, or have I exceeded the budget and stuff on a daily basis? So what I mean by a money day? Yeah, when I do that, you see, we're on the same team.
I do that too.
No, you don't. But so what I do at the end of every month is I print out my bank statement. So I not print physically, get it sent to my mail. Then I sit with it and I try, and because for all of my frugality, I see that there are times when I slip up in terms of data, especially for data. So I already plan that this is my budget for data per month. But some way, somehow, because of my darling network providers, who I'm not going to name their names, I exceeded because my data finished in a way and manner that I never expected it. So how often should we sit down with our money, like have a money day, like a day that you actually sit down and check your expenses, basically? How often should we do this?
I would say on daily basis, because we spend on a daily basis. Like for me now, when I go out to get something, as I'm coming back, I'm mentally calculating, okay, this is what I spent. If you add it to this is the amount, this is everything. I'm deducting it from the money I have on my bank account, and I'm saying is this the budget I made? Okay, am I really following it? And if I see that I'm actually exceeding that, then, you know, there are sometimes we tend to buy something on ripples. Like, you see something, you be like, I kind of like really need that thing right now. And you just like,
out of impulse. You just want to get it.
You just buy it. Something like that. When you sit down, you plan what you want to spend, or how much you spend on a daily basis. You would not want to buy something on impulse like that. You get me?
I get you. I get you.
When you sit down every day, then you write it out. Not necessarily you write it out. We have journals, some people have diary. Just write it out. Okay, this is what I've spent for today. This is the money left. Am I really going with my plan? Is this really working out for me? Am I not taking too much? When you sit down every day, you'll be able to check back on yourself. You'll be able to be on the right track, following your budget and all.
I like it. So basically, with all my mental calculation, I should make sure it translates to something physical as well, something I can see and then refer back to, and then check and make checks and balances as it goes. Thank you so. I mean, it's been so insightful. I'm sure Jose has had a lot to learn, and I'll actually take him back to this. I'll tell him, I'll school him, and he's going to be paying me. Thank you so much. That's my side also, right there. Before I go back into the studio to get out with my debut single.
Please, excuse me, President, please. Can I take you? Take me up as your student, in money management. She will not do it for free.
I can be your manager, President. I'll manage
What's
you.
What's your business?
No, now you talk to me, to her.
So she will talk. You'll be the one to talk to her on my behalf.
Exactly. You get.
I'll be talking to you instead of talking to her.
Yeah.
Is that the case, President?
You can talk to me directly, but
God bless you.
She's not my PA.
God bless you.
I'm a PA. So yes.
She's a PA.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's all this bandwagon with the women supporting women and
you get it? Yes. The finance.
We have to support ourselves.
Well done.
Thank you so much for coming on the show with me. We really appreciate you. It's been such an insightful discussion with you.
I appreciate it. It's an honor being on this show.
Thank you. We had so much fun having you as well. So we'll talk later. Bye. We'll sort out our PA and employer stuff. Yeah.
No problem. Bye.
All right.
Bye. All right, guys. I mean, that was Yusuf Umulukari, aka Presido Umi. Yes, we gave her the name on the show because we are. Yes, that's how we roll. Guys, watch out for my debut single. Like I said,
Are you serious about this?
I'm releasing a song. Go. All I need. So if you're a producer, like I said, make sure you reach out to me. Just slide in my DM. You know how we do it.